Hello everyone, it's Kari, and today I have a project using this very cute stamp set from the Hedgehog Hollow November Kit. It's got this manger scene and a lot of sentiments, some animals, and of course the cute characters. To start off, I'm going to stamp the manger or the stable and the little star on some Neenah Solar White 80-pound paper. Then I'm also going to stamp that stable on some masking paper. I want to ink up the background, and I thought that it would be beautiful inked up in some purples today. I don't know why I chose purples, but I felt like it wanted a rich royal color, and so purple it was. So I cut out that mask, and then I inked up on the star, and I cut out the mask for the star as well, and then that was getting a little bit too fussy for me, even for me. So instead of putting that star on, I just cut out a circle. This is about 3/4 inch, I believe. And I used the circle to mask off the star and the yellow portion so that I can ink up the rest with some purples. So there, we'll put that right over the star just like that. And then I'm going to mask off the stable and we'll put that right over the top just like that. And then I'm going to be using, I believe it's Dusty Concord is the color today, and also some black soot in the Distress inks. I'm just going to layer this on very slowly and just keep making it darker until I get the color that I'm looking for, kind of a deep night sky. I inked the edges with the black. So in real life it definitely looks a little more blended than this on the video for some reason. As I'm looking back, I think that it could use a little more blending, but in real life it looks great. I also used some Gansai Tambi gold paint to splatter on the background, and as that's drying, I'm going to color up the rest of the images. For the images, I am using some of my favorite colors. I chose some darker colors for the clothes, and then I'm just using my E51, E53, and E55 for the skin tones. And I start out with this light color and then go through with the dark. And then I blend that out with the medium color and then back again to the light color. So here's the medium, blending that out. And now I'm back to the light and going over the whole thing and just really light in the center. So I did that for all of the skin tones, and now I'm coloring up the straw, and I just used 2 colors for the straw or the hay. And so this is a very simple, easy coloring today. I'm not going to show you all of the images that I colored because I think that would take a little bit too long, and this is already a longer video. But it was still very fun to do, and I just took my time and enjoyed. For the clothes, I am going to be using some darker green colors. These are some YG colors here, and I'll list the colors up on the screen, but I start with the light and blend out with the medium and go back with the light. And I think on his robes, I just used the 2 colors, and then I used some darker colors for the tunic or the robe going over the top. So it's very, very simple, but these greens are some of my favorites for a darker green look. Here's the darker greens on the outer robes with the YG 97 and 99, and I just made this very simply. On the YG 99, you'll see I took off both caps. I was having trouble with this one bleeding a little or kind of leaving splotches. So when I take off both caps, then that helps it to kind of equalize, and so I didn't have any problems. Here's the blue that I'm using on the dress, and the blues I'm using today are the BG 70s. And then after I was finished coloring the dress, I decided to switch off the colors for their headdress, or I'm not sure what you call their head covering. Anyway, if you know, leave me a comment in the comments below because I can't think of what it is. So I did this dress in those BG colors, and then I did his head covering in the BGs, and then her head covering I did in the same greens that I did his dress, or I should say robes. Anyway, I just think these characters are super cute. They kind of reminded me of Precious Moments. Do you remember those dolls? Precious Moments? I actually still think I have some coloring books of Precious Moments. So here they are all colored up. I'm adding some hair with the YG24, and then I'm coming in with a brown color here just to darken it up a little bit. And that's all there is going to be to this. To finish up the animals, I used some warm grays and also some cool grays, I believe. And so I didn't leave that in the video because I didn't do anything special on those, just colored them up with those gray colors. So here are all of the animals and characters all colored up. Now it's time to peel off those masks, and as I peel them off, I'm realizing that I wish that there was purple behind the stable. Now I'm going to be adding the characters, so you're not going to see that much of the background, but I still felt like there needed to be purple back behind them. So I'm going to cut off a portion of the mask here. I just cut a hole in the center with my scissors, and then I'm going to cut around the entire inside of that rectangle back there so that I can place this mask back on and then ink it up with the purples. So just that simple. I'm going to pull out the dusty Concord here again and ink that all onto the back. And I was hoping that I would be satisfied with just that, but alas, I was not. As I was thinking about it, I decided to start coloring up in my browns. So this is the E23, E25, and E27. I colored over all of the wood with the lightest brown, and this was a really simple wood stable to color because it already has the lines for you. So all I did was take the darkest color and I just outlined the what was already there just to give it more of a wood look. I smoothed some of that out with the medium color. So very simple, easy to do, just finishing up here. And that is when I was hit with my next brilliant idea. And that is, instead of trying to cut out that mask and all those little portions in between, I'm just going to use some skinny Post-it tape to tape those off so that I can go ahead and do the purple in between. So I'm just cutting this down so that it'll fit perfectly over each of those right there, just like that. And then I can easily add the purple with my blending brush. I'm just going to continue putting these on here. This took me so much less time than it would have to cut out each individual section out of that mask. And then I masked off the bottom as well with a larger piece of Post-it tape, and then I inked it up. That's it. So I was much happier with that. I think it looks a lot better having that purple in there, and so as I peeled off the tape, I realized that I missed a couple of spots. So I'm going to easily fix that by matching a Copic marker that is similar to the Distress ink and just going over those parts with the Copic marker. You're not even going to be able to tell the difference. So just adding that, it actually looks kind of cool. It looks like there's a nice shadow there as well when you add that Copic marker. So no problem. Easy to fix. Now it's time to put this card together. I am just going to go over that star real quick with some yellow, and then we're ready to add the characters. I glued all of them down with adhesive, and then I popped up the baby Jesus with some foam tape. Oh, I almost forgot to add the sentiment. So here I'm choosing which sentiment I want. There's a lot of great ones in this set, and I chose to heat emboss in gold the one that says, "Oh, come, let us adore him." I love that one, and so that's the one I decided to use. I'm adding all of those down with liquid adhesive here, just putting them in just the right spots. I decided to change out the sheep for the camel because I think it balanced the card out a little better. So I still have a sheep to use a little later, or a little lamb. And there is our card. I just need to add that to a top folding 110-pound card base, and there it is. That's our card for today. I had a really great time coloring this up and putting it together using some masking and all kinds of tricks and tips. And now I'll just add a little bit of Stardust Stickles to that star. I think the name is appropriate. And there it is. That's our card all put together. I hope you enjoyed this project today. If you did, give me a thumbs up on this video. It really does help me out with YouTube. I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next card share that I have coming up real soon. I thank you so much for stopping by today. Here's a few more videos you might be interested in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.